Welcome back to the Conspiracy Outpost. Today we are embarking on a journey into the shadowy past where history and horror intertwine as we step into the dimly lit corridors of the Stanley Hotel nestled high in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. This grand old lady has been a silent witness to over a century of history, but not just history echoes within these halls. This is the place where the unexplained and paranormal have made themselves at home. Perhaps you've heard of it before. This is the very hotel that inspired one of the most iconic horror novels of all time, Stephen King's The Shining. The Stanley Hotel's haunted reputation is more than just fiction. It's reality that has drawn ghost hunters, thrill seekers, and those who dare to explore the unknown. In this episode, we'll delve into the history of the Stanley Hotel from its lavish beginnings as a luxury mountain retreat to its current standing as a paranormal hotspot. We'll unravel the chilling tales of apparitions, phantom pianos, and unexplained happenings that have left even the most skeptical visitors questioning the bounds of reality. So fasten your seatbelts and prepare for this journey through this haunted history of the Stanley Hotel. I'm your host, Casey.
I'm Mike.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Matthew.
So the Stanley Hotel. So the Stanley Hotel is a 140-room hotel in
Mr. Hand.
Is it Eats Park or Ets Park? How do you say that? ESTES?
Yes.
Etsy's?
What's this? Yeah, I don't know how to say it. I didn't look it up. But anyway, it's in Colorado, about 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes, 5 miles from the entrance of the Rocky Mountains.
That's actually cool. I actually buy my homemade butt plugs from there. Etsy?
I think it's Ets. That's how I'm saying. But it was built by Freeland Oscar Stanley and opened on July 4th, 1909 as a resort for the upper class Easterners. I can't say that word. And the health retreat for sufferers of pulmonary tuberculosis.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
There it is again, dude. This is what I was saying in the last one. We went from Nazis to, it's Spooktober. Let's start talking about fucking tuberculosis and every.
It's like, wow, this Spooktober has a theme. Why is that? It's like, Casey's just like, I'm terrified of TB.
That's it. We have Mercy Brown, then we had the sanatorium fucking thing, and now we have this. We're on 3.
The next one's the rake. It has nothing to do with TB.
It's not that the first rake was known to be a tuberculosis patient. It's like, fuck!
That escaped from Waverly Hills.
I will rake the internet for that information.
And if it's not there, he'll make it. He'll put it there. He's gonna go on Wikipedia.
I will fictionalize an entire story and make it seem like it's real.
Like, dude, how funny would it be if we talked to Mark Sargent about some like conspiracies? Like, I just heard one that like Princess Diana didn't die, and it's actually Logan Paul. Would you be like, yeah, we made that?
That shit would be hella funny. No, I would just go along with it. No way, man.
No, she actually died from tuberculosis.
But that would be hilarious if we saw that pop up somewhere, because it's like, I'm pretty sure we're the first ones to say that.
We should spread that as a fucking thing. Really, Logan Paul. Or Logan Paul is actually a clone that was made in Canada in a test tube of her. But he is like the $1 Million Man or whatever the fuck it's called. We can build her, but better, faster, stronger, douchier.
But this hotel is largely known for being one of the most haunted hotels in the United States and for its inspiration of the Overlook Hotel in the book The Shining.
Yep.
In 1903, the steam power car inventor was afflicted with a life-threatening resurgence of tuberculosis. And as we know, the most highly recommended treatment of the day was fresh air, dry air with as much sunlight and a hearty diet and some good motivation will get you going right.
You got this.
I don't feel good. Are you trying to get some fresh air?
He died. We wasn't following the medical procedures. And he points to a fucking poster on the wall. Live, laugh, love. Or whatever order that goes in.
Yeah, that was good.
He didn't hit all the L's.
But this guy didn't die of TB.
Like, who the fuck created this fucking procedure or whatever? You just see some chick like wearing Ugg boots, drinking coffee.
Professor Sky. I don't know. That I don't know. I thought of it. I thought of it the same way, or the same
medical
day.
Chief.
Pumpkin spice came back.
Yeah. And if this doesn't work, you definitely have to try the crystals.
Look,
okay.
How did you come up with it? It came to me in a pumpkin spice fever dream.
It was around Halloween.
And when I faced all my crystals to the north, my chakras opened wide up.
I think those are your legs, ma'am.
Whatever. I know it wasn't my legs because Trevor wasn't in town that day. Unless it was Trevor's best friend, JK.
Oh my God.
Serious, not serious, but actually am.
Let's see if he tries to leave me to go back. Let's see if he leaves me again to go overseas to fight for our country.
What the fuck?
That's a typical white girl thing to do.
Yeah.
Fuck this fucking soldier's best
really
friend
happens.
while they're on fucking or while they're fucking out doing shit.
Classic. But
It's
where the
first
white was
case
at.
of Dear John. Do you think it was a guy named John that it first happened to? The Dear John letters. I'm
I
breaking.
thought it was a guy named Deer.
His name was Dear John. Dear John, I fucked your best friend and your cousin on your John Deere.
Oh God.
talk about taking a ride on a big green tractor.
P.S. You might want to get a new stick shift. I don't know.
Oh fuck.
The ball got lost in my pussy.
And that's when the first fucking time the term balling was a fucking thing. She's balling. I don't know. That one's not that good. Fuck it. Let's continue on.
But with his so when he got diagnosed with TB, he took to the fresh air of the Rockies with him and his wife. They arrived in Denver, Colorado in March, and in June they arrived at the park for the rest of the summer, where his health dramatically improved, and he ended up living till the age of 91 and dying of a heart attack.
Fuck yeah, live, laugh, love. Come on now. He got it.
He did all those.
Yeah, because he took to the fresh air in the dry areas, not in the fucking cold.
Well, it's Colorado. It's cold, but it is dry.
So,
like it's the mountains. Like
they didn't have these motherfuckers in stretchers laying on the front lawn.
Yeah, the problem with the Waverly Hills Sanatorium is they were in the fucking south. That's all there is down there is moisture. And racism, but we don't talk about that anymore.
It's working. Sir, do you mind coughing the other way? It's nothing against you as a person. It's just your moist droplets you keep flicking on my wrist. I don't want my family to burn my body parts and drink them this evening.
I heard that's how Nestle Quick first got invented.
A TB fucking cure.
TB cocktail, man. It's actually a cocktail because in there's some cock.
Burnt fortune. Ew, dude, why are you sucking your uncle's dick? Oh no, dude, he told me this is how you cure TB. It opens up your esophagus and then his uncle's all drinking beer. Nasal passages. Yeah, nasal passages. And a wife beater.
Matt, are you just super tired or did you take an edible? Yeah.
Yeah. I took an edible, but I'm super tired.
Yeah.
I went to sleep at 3, but I didn't really sleep at all.
We'll get it. We'll move on with it.
So
Lucy.
7-Eleven.
And then
So
I
the-
woke up at 7. So,
Well, you better wake your fucking life up.
and then I didn't
Matthew.
really sleep at all.
Stick an edible in your ass like a what do you call those things? A suppository.
Yes.
Yeah, Matthew, things could be worse. You could look like fucking you could look like Stephen King, who looks like a fucking ghoulie monster.
I always thought he looked like a fucking Who from Whoville.
Stephen King.
Yeah.
Weird Al should have made a song about that.
Yeah, no, he does.
Yeah,
He
his
looks like
books
Cat in
are
the Hat.
scary, whatever, but he's scarier. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna finish that. I'm too tired.
The hotel was alleged to be one of the few in the world powered entirely by electricity. However, due to the lack of power in the area, the installation of an auxiliary gas lighting system was installed in June 1911. And then on June 25th, a day after the pipes were filled with gas, an explosion happened that injured a maid and damaged the structure of the hotel. But there's a few different ways.
Yeah. It also killed an alcoholic father who was the caretaker at the time after he tried killing his family.
Casey, that now I remember what I was gonna say. What year was that? The dude lived to be 91.
Yeah, I don't know what year it was when he died. I just know he ended up living till 91. This is just stuff that happened during the construction of the hotel and stuff.
Okay. Well, that's a fucking good year. I mean, they lived that long.
I know.
That was before, yeah. Since you're going on a fucking timeline, that's crazy.
So there was a brief article that was telegraphed to the York Dispatch of York, Pennsylvania, and circulated around the Associated Press, and it said, this is a quote, "The Stanley Hotel, built at a cost of $500,000, was partially wrecked last night by an explosion of gas. 8 persons were injured, 1 seriously. None of the guests were injured. Elizabeth Wilson of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, a hotel employee, was hurled out of the second floor, or hurled from the second to the first floor, and both ankles were broken, and 7 other Negro waiters as well."
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
So I said,
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
About to say your complexion's a bit fair to be saying that.
Yeah.
no, I'm a little darker these days.
Matthew said to be fair.
To be fair.
I do have a question though about you said the gas thing. Did they ever figure out who cut the cheese in that thing?
Well, they tried to install
they
a
also
Chipotle
had like
in
this
there, and that
common
was just a
problem in
bad
there.
idea.
Every time that their cheese and their fridges got a little mold on them, they'd get possessed.
By an ass demon.
Yeah.
Are we?
It was called it's called necro cheddar.
Paranormal investigators, including a team from Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures and Sci-Fi Ghost Hunters, guests can get in on the action with the Stanley Hotel's Ghost Adventure package, and they are assigned a room on the 4th floor, complete with a ghost hunting equipment mug with the famous message, "Red rum."
Yeah. What are you
Ghostly-
drinking?
That's one way to sell your product.
Who?
Matt, was he drinking chocolate milk? Oh, that's even worse.
Nice.
That's
I fucking
worse.
love V8.
Oh, the spicy's not bad,
Nah,
but I hate
V8's
tomatoes.
spicy.
I hate tomatoes.
Oh, dude, I love tomatoes.
It's a
I
spicy
love
one. So fucking good.
cherry tomatoes. Great
Shit ton of heartburn.
tomatoes.
That shit is probably amazing for hangovers, though. A lot of vitamins in it. I meant the V8.
I don't
Cherry
like
tomatoes are really good.
Clamatos, but I drink
Oh,
regular
this?
V8.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm the
Oh, yeah.
opposite.
I am.
I like pop mushrooms in my mouth. Not
There's this like
Fun
one
time.
Bloody Mary mix I got that was really good. That was called 4 chilies, and it's super spicy. It tasted more like fucking salsa than it did fucking tomatoes.
no shit.
Bomb. Like it was hella spicy, like and chili flavored. So good. Sorry.
So there are ghostly occurrences that are reported in almost every room of this vast hotel, from shadowy figures, eerie laughter, flickering lights, and items moving on their own. The Stanley Hotel has all your favorite phenomenons. If you get too spooked, just find a member of the cleaning staff. Apparently, the ghosts hate vacuum cleaners, and every time someone vacuums, the machines go haywire turn off, or plugs come flying out of the wall.
They think it's a proton pack.
What are they, dogs?
I guess is that why? Ghostbusters have those fucking vacuum cleaners on their back.
Fucking Ghostbusters.
So room 217, a little wonky right there. So room 217 was the one that is the room that Stephen King stayed in. It's because I highlighted something and moved it and it messed it all up. And where he got the idea to write his novel. And he said in a lucid dream, that's what he said, in a lucid dream, and a lucid nightmare. Sorry, fuck. I don't know why. It doesn't even say dream there. I don't even know why I was reading that. In a lucid nightmare, the author dreamed of a coiled fire hose coming to life and chasing his screaming son as he ran down the halls in the hotel. After waking up in a panic, King lit a cigarette, stared out the window. By the time he had finished the cigarette, he'd gone back to sleep with a rough outline of The Shining was fully formed in his mind.
I thought I read.
I only wish George R. R. Martin could do the same fucking thing.
I thought I was reading. I thought that I read that they stayed there during the off season when they closed the hotel for like the winter time, and he was staying there alone, like him and his family.
Well, that's the story of The Shining.
Oh, maybe that's why.
I know Stephen King was there. The hotel wasn't packed or anything. It was like only like some house cleaners and him, and it was just like a few people there.
I was watching a guy interview the. Okay, yeah. I was watching an interview thing with the guy that, what director or whatever the fuck it is of the movie, and he was talking about Stephen King. Like, there's a bunch of shit that is based mainly off of the shit.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, he was saying that Stephen King fucking got lost in the fucking hallways, drunk in that hotel, trying to find his way to his fucking room. Like, they were saying there was a bunch of shit based off it. The only reason they didn't film, I don't know if you wrote that down. The only reason they didn't film at that hotel was because they needed somewhere where it was snowing during the time, so they did it in
England.
Is that where they did it?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. It was somewhere where it was snowing. It's the only reason. It's 100% based off the Stanley Hotel, but they needed the weather to be the way it was.
Yeah, like the movie.
That's why they didn't do it there.
The inside of the hotel is a hotel in England. I believe the exterior shots, like when the car's driving up, I believe that is in Colorado. But I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. He kept doing a bunch of different examples, but the one that Casey was just talking about his son being fucking murdered, and he got up and started smoking a cigarette and whatever. But I guess he gets drunk and gets lost in the hallways trying to find his room. And I know he changed the room number in the book than the actual room number.
Yeah.
So, do you know how I told you how there was a gas explosion? I got a little background on that if you guys want to hear it. In 1911, during a large storm, the head housekeeper, Miss Wilson, was lighting lanterns in room 217 when there was an explosion. Elizabeth was blasted through the floor of the McGregor dining room below. Believe it or not, McGregor, sorry. And believe it or not, she survived with only 2 broken ankles. Now she spends most of her afterlife still taking care of the room. Guests have reported items moved, luggage unpacked, and lights being turned on and off by Miss Wilson in a very old-fashioned way. She's a fan of unmarried guests sleeping in the same bed, so couples have reported feeling a cold force come between them when they wake up.
Feeling something of a thumb sliding across.
They often find that the man's things have been packed with his luggage by the door.
Oh wow, that's rude.
Is that the thing that
and also very handy?
People are complaining about the temperature changing in certain spots, or is that a different thing?
Well, that's a common phenomenon when it comes to ghosts. So.
Yeah.
Or it's I don't know, dude. It just got like a weird warm over here. Like how? I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know, when 2 people are having like drunken rough sex, and like you're that guy on the ground sleeping. It's like, what the hell, man? You guys couldn't do that somewhere else? Yeah, that's that feeling.
Jim Carrey also stayed in room 217 at the Stanley Hotel when he was when they were filming Dumb and Dumber. He reportedly got so spooked that he ran from his room half naked in the middle of the night, and then some of the film's crew also got the creeps inside the room as well.
Is that where he came up with that most annoying sound in the world?
Let's hear it.
The running down the thing. I can't do it. Someone else can do it. Yeah. He's running down the hallway doing that fucking noise. Doing what can only be described as a fucking sprint. God, dude, I can't fucking talk. Never mind.
There's also a stunning staircase between. Sorry, I got the hiccups. There's a stunning staircase between the floors in the hotel lobby, and it's been dubbed the Vortex. It's a tornado of spiritual energy, sort of a paranormal portal for all the ghosts that visit the hotel. Guests report cold spots and feeling dizzy on the stairs, as though something has just walked right through them. Orbs and distortions have been caught on camera. Mr. and Mrs. Stanley have been seen hand in hand watching over the hustle and bustle from the grand staircase. A young girl was photographed on the stairs by a guest, despite no girl being present at the time, and the picture was so clear and persuasive it even made national news.
Two things. Did anybody ever report wet spots in their bed from where that maid was?
Oh my god!
and two, were you gonna say it or did you already say it? People reported them sleeping and a cowboy hovering over their bed watching them sleep. That's one of them.
What?
Yeah. I haven't said it yet. But
Sightings. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's why.
You just wake up and just hover above you, just
howdy.
Where's the rest of the dude?
Howdy, how's it going?
Hey there, pilgrim. Mind if I walk and catch a few Z's?
I'm just gonna watch you sleep.
It's the preacher thing.
Yes.
Remember the first time you remember what I said to you when you first became a preacher? Not gonna say it.
That's okay. You're quoting it. You can say
You're
it.
quoting it. Oh, so I can say it.
As long as you say you're quoting it first, it's okay.
Nah, I ain't going down that rabbit hole. That's the same shit that got Dave Chappelle in trouble. Not the exact same thing.
Matt has a finger trap.
So there's a.
Can you believe I got my wiener stuck in this one time?
Did you?
I know I was there.
I was on the receiving end of it. Both wieners encased in a trap made in a foreign land. How do they get free? Only their friendship.
Isn't that off of something? What is that off of about wieners getting stuck in the Chinese?
I mean, they did that in that Eric Andre movie.
Oh, you know, dude.
That's what it was. It was the
Yeah.
Eric Andre movie. That's what it was. That's right.
I think it's the chasing Amy thing. So it's crazy. Yeah, we're all chasing her, whatever. And she starts going, whatever. And it's like, that's why she had the nickname Chinese finger cuffs. I forget the story, but it's like, goes like this. Casey, the cowboy thing, was there any details about the cowboy or is it just a fucking cowboy?
Well, let me tell you about the concert hall, and then we'll get into the fourth floor.
It's just like, no.
Well, because I got a few room numbers for the fourth floor, so that's why I want to keep it all together. But so the concert hall was billed by Freeland Oscar Stanley as a gift for his wife, Flora. The stage features a trapdoor used for theatrical entrances and exits, and lowers. And the lower level once housed a 2-lane bowling alley. The hall underwent extensive repair and renovation in the 2000s, and it's the favorite spot for Flora Stanley. She has been known to play the piano well into the night. Well, her spirit, not her actual person. And then another spirit fond of the concert hall is Paul. Among other duties, Paul is used to enforce a 11 p.m. curfew on the hotel's early days. Guests and employees report hearing someone telling them to get out late at night. A construction worker was doing some work on the floors in the concert hall when he felt someone nudge him several times until he left. Paul is a big fan of the tour groups and often flickers their flashlights upon request.
They're what now?
flashlights
Okay.
and
Their
beans.
flashlights. When they get real horny, they're just
Check
like,
this out. Hey, Paul, can you do that trick thing again with my flashlight? And it just goes, thanks, bro.
"That's what's up." And he just keeps walking.
No, what's crazy is he had enforced the curfew at 11, but he let this bitch play all night, the piano all night.
Well, she owned the place.
So she was allowed to play all night.
Well, yeah, but back then you gave your wife a curfew, or was that his wife, or is this a different person?
Now the wife would play the piano in the concert hall, and then the other guy he was hired to enforce an 11 p.m. curfew in the.
Ma'am, your husband says lights out before 11. Otherwise, you look like a shrieking bitch.
Dude, that's a terrible job to have if you work in a hotel.
True.
Enforcing an 11 o'clock curfew. That's a terrible job.
Yeah, dude, that's a fucking shitty ass thing.
You're going around telling people to go, telling grown adults to go to bed.
Yeah.
Everybody's just in the fucking lounge talking. He turns the lights off. It's like, lights out. It's 11.
They probably did it because of the gas lanterns. They probably turned them off.
No, probably.
That's would be my guess as to why they would have a curfew.
Go to bed, otherwise you don't get no continental breakfast. Oh man, they're gonna close down the pancake. They're gonna close down the omelet station.
So the fourth floor is what Joseph was talking about earlier. Guests staying on the fourth floor have reported hearing children running around, laughing, giggling, and playing. The closet doors tend to open and shut on their own. And more than a century ago, the entire fourth floor was a attic. Later, it became a lodging for female employees, children, and nannies. And then, so we got room 401. According to some, the creepiest room in the hotel, and is thought to be haunted by an unfriendly male ghost. By some accounts, women have claimed that they've been inappropriately touched by an unknown presence while standing in the room's closet.
So we got a rapist ghost?
We got a pervert in the closet.
Oh shit, we got someone that's a fan of cuckolding.
Room 407, just down the hall, multiple guests have reported odd experience of being tucked into bed by an invisible force, and others have felt someone sit at the foot of their bed only to find nothing but an indentation on the covers when they switched on the lights.
That's wild.
Man, they must have had a fat ass. Yeah, dude, it looked like somebody was sitting at the end of his bed. What did they look like? I don't know, man, but they were thick as fuck.
You ever see robots? He's like, yeah, you remember Aunt Fanny?
A big ass fucking robot. A big assed robot.
Yep.
Room 428 has reports of sounds of footsteps and furniture moving about, but the real haunt is a friendly cowboy who appears at the corner of the bed. Obviously, many friendly cowboys have spent a night or two at the Stanley Hotel over the years, but there's no indication of one dying in the building, and those who know they're I can't say this word. How did we say it?
Pavilion?
No,
that was last episode.
Pavilion. No,
deep cut.
The name of the park. The Etz Park's history believed to be.
We'll just call it Emilio Estevez Park.
They believe the cowboy to be the spirit of the Rocky Mountain Jim Nugent, and this especially because mostly appears to the ladies, sometimes giving them a ghostly kiss.
That's bullshit.
And sometimes they get weapon information from Ted.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought he only appeared to the men, and like he just appear floating and be like, "Howdy, y'all do butt stuff." And he said no.
Actually, Casey, I actually have a little more information about the cowboy. It's actually Heath Ledger dressed like a cowboy trying to reenact the unseen script of Brokeback Mountain 2 Hotel Edition.
Oh my god!
So you'll never see Jake Gyllenhaal at that hotel.
Are they making a Brokeback Mountain too?
No, they're not. But that'd be
the first one's pretty funny. If you guys never watched it, you guys should watch it. It's hilarious.
The most fucked up.
It's not even like people don't even want to watch it because the two guys bang, but that's it. The whole wave goes down. It's just hilarious because the one cowboy doesn't want to do it, and then he just goes like because the one cowboy goes to kiss him, and then he like shoves him off, and then he gets closer, and then I think he like grabs him by the shirt, and then just turns him around and just pulls his pants down aggressively, and then he starts banging him, and then they start sneaking around town behind their wives' backs just to meet up with each other and make out in alleyways and shit. It's super funny.
That's people they're like, oh, it's not funny to make fun of a movie about. It's like nobody's making fun of them being gay. It's the aggressiveness of it and the fact that both their wives know why they keep sneaking out to the mountains together, and they just look disappointed and fucking disgusted, but they still stay with the guys anyways because they're like, yeah, it's like their period once a month.
What the fuck?
They got a whole week where they gotta flush it out, you know.
It's super funny. If you haven't watched it, I implore you to watch it. You should watch it, Mike, tonight.
I never watched the actual thing. Nikki just showed me a long ass fucking time ago. It's like, dude, this movie, this scene, hella funny. And then he's like showing me the scene, and they're all fucking like beating the fuck out of each other and then having sex. Like they're just like they're homophobic and gay at the same time. So they're just struggling with it, like, oh, you motherfucker, and like hitting each other. It's like, get in my ass. Like they're just like fucking hella going at it. Like, why don't you throw a fist my way and then fist me? Like it just kept getting aggressive. That didn't happen. But it was aggressive sex.
Funny about what you just did was your impersonation of Nick. He goes, this movie right here, like just like statements to make a full sentence.
Yeah,
that a lot.
Yeah, it was, and this was hella long ago. This was Casey, the basement, High Street. Yeah, it was back then.
Me and Russell watched that movie just because a girl that he had a crush on told him it was a good movie, and we watched it, and I thought it was hilarious.
Dude, I don't even know if Nikki watched the whole movie or just seen that scene.
I watched the whole damn thing. I should watch it again just to get a refresher.
It could be a good movie. Honestly, watching it now, it might fucking shed a tear.
I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just thought it was hilarious the way that everything went down.
No, that's the funny fucking thing, and it's just grimy as hell because their wives just like motherfuckers, or the one guy's wife. I don't know if they were both married, but it's like
I think they both were.
She just like looks at him in disgust, like motherfucker, you're gonna go plow my husband for the week. Like, Matthew, what the fuck are you eating? That looks delicious as fuck.
Doesn't it?
It's sausage, green beans, and rice.
And
I got some jicama.
Jicama's pretty good when you put like a little bit of sugar on it, like some lime and sugar. Pretty good, yeah.
What is jicama?
Yeah, I bet.
It's like a.
I thought he was saying he had hiccups.
It's like a starchy plant. It kind of has like a Sugar King type taste to it. Kind of like the texture of like a potato.
Oh, nice.
But it's like a raw potato.
Yeah. To me, it tastes like a light apple.
Yeah, it tastes kind of just lightly sugary. Yeah, that's pretty much
And it's like refreshing, like eating cucumbers. How it's hella refreshing.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of jicama, but like I've put lime and sugar on it before, and I love it.
Yeah. Dude, I love cucumbers.
It's like my new favorite thing.
Oh, really?
I got fucks with some Q apples.
It's pretty good with some tahini on it too.
Tahini's fucking. I love.
It's known as its other names is like Mexican potato or like a Mexican.
Anna won't eat the fat off shit. So when I cook, I'll cut the fat off the pork, and then I'll fry it up with a bunch of like tahini on it, and fucking just eat it. It's just like like crunchy little.
Oh, like a chicharron.
Like what?
Kind of like a chicharron.
I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I'm just trying to reinvent the wheel over here. But
it's like a pork crackling, but there's like fat and meat on it.
Okay, yeah. There's like
or like a pork rind.
Yeah, that's because
like
it'll be like crispy but chewy. So it's fucking like hella good, and I just pop in my mouth while I'm cooking the fucking rest of the shit.
Nice.
I just like cook that first, and then
Like I don't like beef fat and stuff very much, but pork fat is.
I don't like beef fat. I don't like anything chewy on fucking beef.
Yeah, it's a texture thing.
Pork's different. Pork is
it melts kind of.
Yeah. Okay, Casey. Sorry, I know you're like these motherfuckers.
Speaking of food,
fucking watering, mouth watering.
Me and Joe are fat.
Speaking of food, before
I'm sorry you're not in our weight class.
Before indoor refrigeration, the Stanley Hotel had an outbuilding to house large blocks of ice, and the ice house has been remodeled into a museum containing some of the original Stanley steamer cars. And it also has been reported that 2 spirits have been seen inside, one of which is Billy, the shy kid that shows up as a blurry figure in photographs.
Huh.
And they have a pet cemetery as well.
Nice.
So they had
spelled
this.
wrong?
Huh?
Is it spelled wrong too?
No, this this cemetery was around before Stephen King's Pet Cemetery novel. I almost said
So you
model.
just like 2 birds, 1 stone this bitch?
But there was an actual pet cemetery outside the Stanley Hotel where 2 beloved pets were buried there, and I guess they make appearances around the hotel. Cassie the golden retriever and Shamanse fluffy white cat have been seen and heard all around the property. The friendly golden retriever is said to still deliver the newspaper and scratch at the doors to be let in from outside, despite being perished.
Interesting.
And then, I didn't know this, but they have underground caves as well. If you take the 75-minute historic Stanley night tour, you'll get an in-depth look at the underground cave system beneath the hotel. The caves have a high concentration of limestone and quartz, which people believe to help capture paranormal energy. It has been used by employees to get around the hotel, and it would seem that at least one of them is still down there. Current employees say that the smell of home-baked goods linger in the tunnel with no apparent source. They attribute this to the pastry chef who used to work for the Stanley Hotel when the hotel first opened. There's also a gray cat seen stalking about with bright green glowing eyes. God, I can't talk. And he's not known to be part of the pet cemetery. So they believe this cat came wherever the mysterious tunnels once led.
All right, well, I ain't going anywhere a cat came. That's disgusting.
That's how you get hooked.
The hotel is too close to ASPCA.
They say you could hear a Sarah McLachlan song when you walk down it.
Damn it, I was trying to remember her fucking name. I couldn't remember it. In the end, don't go there. You about to see some really sad, ghostly shit.
Oh my God.
Dude, I love that fucking newer Family Guy episode. It's like when they did the wrong fucking song. I forget what it was, but it's that fucking sad commercial, but the song's so upbeat.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what it was, though. Oh, God. Shit's hella funny.
They also have a maze at the Stanley Hotel.
Yeah, it's the whole hotel.
It's gonna be amazing.
The open area in front of the hotel was originally a long driveway for the Stanley steamers and prominent guests to enjoy views. But in
The Stanley steamers?
What is that?
that was what the steam was. That the guy who owned the
That's
hotel.
where they take a shit on your chest and they go, "Here's Johnny."
Oh, God.
But in 2015, it was replaced with a hedge maze. Fuck. And they held a competition where they chose the design from 300 global entries, and this was done to connect the hotel to the Stanley Kubrick's film version of The Shining, which introduced the suspense-provoking hedge maze in the King's novel. The lawn of the Overlook Hotel was adorned with
It was a bunch of hedges, but they were like cut into animals.
Yeah.
Animal shape.
Yeah.
They came alive and like fucked shit up. Halloran fought them. Pretty dope.
They say there's been no specific ghosts have been reported inside, but people tend to get panicky and having trouble breathing when navigating the maze. I think that's more just a panic attack because they just
claustrophobia, dude.
There's no specific goats there.
Where the fuck are these goats coming from?
It's making no sense. That one sounded like a mountain goat. That was completely different than the goat we heard before. Goat expert.
But yeah, in the Shining, in the book, like there's like a couple different ones. There's like dogs, snakes. I believe there's a snake. There's like lion and stuff. And these fucking hedge animals come alive and fuck shit up.
Were there tigers and bears? Oh my.
Oh my.
No, but there was a bear, not the kind you're thinking. A very big built homosexual man.
He's a cowboy.
nothing, yeah, there's nothing hostile about him. He just whistles at you when you go by.
Oh, look,
He's the cowboy.
Joseph, to answer your question earlier, Stanley died in 1940.
1940? God
Yeah,
damn, dude.
at the age of 91.
Going back to the cowboy, the ghost cowboy, because
Excellent.
they got it backwards. Snuck in the guys' rooms. We'd just be levitating above them, staring at them. And they say he comes like every night.
I'm
after
sure he
the first
does.
night. The second night, he appears there and goes, "Howdy, you do butt stuff yet?" No. How many times do I have to tell you? That's pretty much it.
How's your hockey
So-
puck, Pilgrim?
I'll say yes to anything if you ask me 3 times.
I'll do anything you say my name 3 times.
So funny.
So Stanley died in 1940 at the age of 91, and many people believe his presence still can be seen and felt at the hotel, mainly at the bar and in the billiard room. And phantoms of his wife Flora have been seen tinkering around the hotel's piano, according to multiple accounts. Some hotel tour guides believe that the ghost of a child with autism wanders the property and plays with the guests'
How the fuck
hair.
do you know if a ghost is autistic? What?
Yeah, that's why I laughed. I was like, how the fuck do you know if a ghost is autistic?
They know the person the ghost was.
Maybe got a
before.
big forehead or something.
Thing down. Yeah, but you can physically see that.
You can physically see a ghost with Down syndrome. I guess the only
Like-
thing, if it was an autistic ghost,
Like,
it gets upset when there's loud noises.
This is like the worst ghost. What do you mean, like the worst ghost? Like this one's retarded.
Oh,
This one's over here talking about SpaceX, so I think it's got Asperger's.
Guests on the 4th floor, like we talked about earlier, shared stories of hearing children's laughter in the hall with no one around to be found. Rachel Thomas, a tour supervisor of the Stanley Hotel, claimed that she was mysteriously made ill on the 4th floor in a 2021 interview. One man claims that he witnessed. One man claims he witnessed his wedding ring unexplainably move from the bathroom counter and fall down the drain in the sink bathroom. That's what he told his wife.
Yeah, that's what he told his wife.
when he was-
He really lost it in a hooker downstairs. I'm just kidding. He lost it in that ghost maid. I've seen your wedding ring.
Or
It's
in the
just
cowboy.
floating around at waist
yeah,
level.
or the cowboy.
Cowboy. Yeah. I seen your wedding
do
ring. It's
butt
just
stuff
floating
yet?
around it. It's floating
like the
around at
third
waist
night.
level. It's just- yeah, why don't you reach in there and grab it? What? Nothing, honey.
And then this account, Danielle Moon, age 11, and her parents traveled to what do we call it? Etz Park
yeah.
from Fort
I don't know.
Morgan.
It's not South Park.
I don't know. From Fort Morgan to see the famous elk and hear their loud, distinctive bulging. They came to the Stanley Hotel for sightseeing of a different nature, hoping for a paranormal experience. The family set out to wander the hotel, and they met a member of the cleaning staff who shared insights about the place's ghost. She said, "If you don't, they don't like vacuums," said Moon, who struck up a conversation with the audience before the illusionist show. She leaned over and added, in an excited stage whisper, "The ghosts hate it when the vacuums are on, so they turn them off."
That's just lazy. That's just laziness right there. They don't want to clean the rooms.
But that's all
why is
the
there
sightings and stuff that I have for the
Someone
Stanley
complains to
Hotel.
the complains to the fucking head maid or head room service or whatever you fuck, and it's like, my room. It's like, what, did you leave your room like that? No, I left a couple things on the ground. I had an early meeting this morning. I come back and there's natty ice cans everywhere. No, yeah, our ghosts do that. we had a frat house here in like the 90s or some shit. And then like there's one person in the background hella drunk just walking by.
Dude, so there's this band that I listen to called Iceland Kills, and they're a horror themed metal band, and at least the two latest albums have been horror themed or horror movie themed, and they did a show at the Stanley and they recorded it live. They have a live album of it at the Stanley Hotel. It's an acoustic show. Pretty good. It's actually really good.
They should. Sick. Have they ever made a rom-com album?
No.
It's just
no, but they used to do like horror literature and stuff on their previous albums.
That's pretty dope. 30 Seconds to Mars, because they did that Shining thing. That wasn't in the Stanley, was it? That was probably just some prop or some hotel they went to, huh?
They might have filmed it at where they filmed the movie.
The actual movie.
Yeah.
Was Robert Englund in that video? That wasn't him.
Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, I don't think that was.
I don't remember.
I don't think it was.
Did you guys ever see the
hotel scenes were filmed in the Carlew in Toronto, Ontario?
Did you guys ever see that dumpster fire of a sequel to The Shining?
You didn't like Dr. Sleep?
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, I seen
Doctor.
Isn't that starring Bill Cosby?
Oh, damn.
Here's Cosby.
You're gonna open this door. I'm gonna take this axe right down the center of it.
But
Dr. Huxtable, no. Sorry.
It was Ewan McGregor in that movie.
Yeah, I remember Obi-Wan Kenobi. The wife's all fucking screaming, and he pops his head through the door. If you ever see my early 90s stand-up, still pretty good. He's just going on a rant about like comedy specials. I don't know.
I find it funny that he is on record saying that like Richard Pryor and like Eddie Murphy's comedy is too dirty, and look what he was doing.
But he wasn't doing it on stage.
Yeah, there you go.
And he wasn't doing it for laughs.
Oh my god.
Well, apparently it was, because we were still talking about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a couple people got some good ones out of it.
Dude, we're gonna get in trouble.
Dude, Matt did a stand-up fucking thing where he joked about it, and that was like right afterwards, wasn't it?
It was,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Funny fucking jokes, though.
You should send me the fucking link to your stand-up thing, Matthew, again. I don't have it fucking. I was gonna watch it again, but I can't find it.
It's easy to find, but
here's the pudding pop.
All right, I'm back. So, what is everyone's thoughts on the Stanley Hotel?
Same as the sanatorium for me. I believe it.
I just want to say, Bill Cosby, when he should get out of jail, he should make like a follow-up show. Not kids say the darnest thing, but allegations say the darnest things.
Oh my god.
That can't be left.
So I believe it. There's a couple like weird things in there, like that cowboy ghost thing's pretty weird. But
sorry.
No, what's weird is that he visits you every night, regardless of what you say.
No, but yeah, I believe it. I believe there's ghosts. I believe it's haunted.
Well, and that's the thing too. They remodeled that fucking place so it looks like The Shining stuff. I was watching a video. That's what they remodeled the bar, like whatever, to look exactly like the one from the movie. They've remodeled stuff in there so it looks more like the movie hotels inside.
Yeah, when in reality they're just copying a hotel in Ontario.
Yeah, that's it. But they're doing it for like guest fucking shit. And they do. I was watching things. They do all sorts of shit. They have like that maze thing. People run through it, do fucking whatever. Like they did a bunch of shit from the Shining movie. They're getting paid bank for it.
Yeah, like I wouldn't go to many haunted places because I'm afraid of ghosts. But I would go to that. I would go to
Are you afraid of the artistic ones too?
Yeah, yeah. I would go to the Stanley. Not by myself, but I'd go.
I would go. I would more likely to go there than the sanatorium thing or whatever.
I'd go to them all.
Yeah, you
the
wanted me to go to like a
Waverly.
fucking.
I wouldn't go to
Hills.
I wouldn't go to Waverly Hills because literally fucking thousands of people fucking died. Like, and they have a death shoot.
I was trying to get you guys to go see the water babies in Idaho, but you guys weren't down.
That wasn't gonna fucking happen.
You didn't want to see little baby
I
water
want to go to
critters.
fucking. I want to go to the Doll Island and fucking. Is that Mexico? I think it is.
The one in Japan with all the doll heads hanging from the trees.
Mexico's got fucking. There's a story of a guy fucking. I can't remember the story right now. It's called Doll Island, but it's in Mexico. Or it's an island off of Mexico or some shit like out. I don't fucking know, dude. But it's doable. I thought you were gonna pan down to your wiener.
That's a sweet baby.
Island of Dead Dolls.
Is that what it's called? The Mexico one?
Yeah.
God damn. They made
That one's
burrito
doable,
stuff.
guys.
It smells so good.
Locals claim that the dolls came to life at night, animated by the spirits of the dead. They say that the dolls whisper, whistle, move their limbs, turn their heads on their own accord, hoping to lure the unwary and watery death of the island's canals.
Yeah, but
others say it's just the wind.
The story is like creepy. It's something about a guy and a fucking doll being there, which is fucking it's supposed to be creepy, and so they got all this creepy ass dolls and old dolls and shit. But it is a big ass tourist spot now. I mean, they have like Minnie Mouse dolls and fucking just normal dolls up in there, so it makes it.
They got like Frozen dolls hanging up and shit.
Oh man! So
they just got.
If I ever get the chance to go there, I have to bring my older sister because she is terrified of dolls.
Yeah, dude, they got all sorts of fucking dolls, dirty fucking dolls, just hanging from trees. Just
I don't care about dolls. The only ones, I was gonna say the porcelain dolls are the ones that are weird to me.
Yeah,
no,
dude, my sisters.
They got sex dolls there, and all their horses are stuffed with porcelain dolls. It's crazy.
Dude, those ones look the scariest, right? I think I'm gonna go over and just like take some pictures by myself with them.
They look so surprised.
Just a little bit. I'll be right back.
They look so surprised that you're there. They're like,
"Oh, you know what we should have." They look so They look like they're afraid of something. They'd be afraid of this dick in a minute. What? Nothing. I'm gonna go take some pictures.
No, dude. Here's a story.
Did one about that one doll.
Oh, Annabelle.
The little boy's doll. The little fucking. Fuck.
We should do one on Annabelle though.
There's one about this little boy's doll, and it's creepy fucking looking, but the parents like claimed it was fucking like alive too.
No,
and everything.
his dad was just super. His dad was super homophobic and didn't want to.
I don't remember. I'll send you guys a thing when I fucking figure out what it was called. But that one's creepy too. That would have made a good one for October. I guess next year it would.
Dude, so when my younger sister
they have it in a glass in a museum now, and you can give it messages and shit.
Dude, so my younger sisters, when they moved into their new place, I went to the garage and there was like a cupboard in there, and I opened it up and there's just a fucking porcelain doll in there, and I went, "That's fucking creepy." And like the lights didn't work in the garage, like when I was going through it, so I was using my flashlight, and so I brought them out there. They're like, "Did you put that there?" It's like, "No, that was there, man. I swear to God." They're like, "What the fuck?"
Robert,
that's the best way to leave a place, I guess, is leave a random doll somewhere.
It's
like
Robert.
A creepy doll.
It's Robert the doll. According to the reports, in 1904, a boy named Robert Eugene Otto was gifted. After a few days, he said that the toy would knock furniture over during the night. A 116-year-old straw doll is haunted by a malevolent spirit to this day.
Yeah, there's a
they have in fucking whatever, and it's fucking creepy looking.
Dude,
I don't like it. Looks like a potato.
Yeah, isn't the actual like Annabelle doll a Raggedy Ann doll?
Oh, I'm not sure.
It's like the redhead, stringy thing. Yeah,
that doll. I don't like that doll's face.
But I think the Stanley Hotel's definitely probably haunted.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if that cowboy's coming around.
Yeah,
dude,
I might just have to go take a visit.
I want to go. He'll be at the end of my bed, and then I'll just fucking pull my pants down, stick my ass out, and be like, "Seth, what up, partner? What are you afraid of?"
What about you? What about you, Joseph, Matthew? What do you guys think?
I don't know. But this one it's.
I feel like they're just right up gimmicky. There's being very gimmicky. They probably did it the whole time.
Yeah, and you probably get charged a fucking arm and a leg to do any of the fucking whatever shit. Like you're talking about those underground caves, they let you tour around there. It's probably like a fucking hefty ass fucking.
Dude, I think it's a very heavily priced hotel. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
supposed
what
to be
I
nice.
figured because they're making bank off of the haunted shit alone. So they're gonna.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like gimmicky for that.
And I'd be like the whatever.
Well, it's like this
sisters.
stuff was going on
what was
before
her
The
name?
Shining had like put a spotlight on it. So there is that.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm just trying to remember what those sisters' names were, Casey.
Like, why would Stephen King want to spend the night there?
The hoax, the women that brought fucking basically the ones that popularized in the Western fucking country, pretty much in the Western fucking world. They did the fake fucking whatever things where they talk to the spirits in the houses.
Oh,
They
with the
popularized
cooking
that.
with the spiritualism thing.
Yeah,
And they were doing the toe
spiritualism.
cooking. I don't
They
remember the
popular-
name.
Yeah, I forget what their names were. God damn it, dude. We talked about them. They would crack their bones and shit and be like, you hear the raps, the tapping everywhere, and like people are freaking out, and they got more and more clever with their shit. Both of them died fucking whatever, fucking not good deaths, but one of them came
By
out
real
and said they were
ghost?
faking it.
The Fox sisters.
The Fox sisters, there we go. Yeah, they
fucking
fucking
fake.
popularized it. They fucking did a bunch of fake like spirit shit. They would like do shit like crack their toes and their ankles on like the floor and shit and put it like up against like the table so it'd make like thumping noises. Like they had all these different fucking tricks to like making you think spirits are tapping on shit everywhere. And people believed it because they wanted to, like really bad. But yeah, they both died fucked up deaths, but that's what they kind of get for being con artists.
Yeah.
Anything else on this one, you guys?
Nah, not unless you got more cowboy stuff for me. I got a hankering for some John Wayne now.
Y'all do butt stuff.